Hey everyone, Ariel Adams here with aBlogtoWatch. Please subscribe to our videos on YouTube and like this video if you find it useful. This is a review of the Gucci Dive 45. This particular model is the YA136216. I call it the Dive Embroidery Dial because that's what it is. This watch is, for lack of a better term, controversial. I like it, not everyone will, and I want to talk about why I like it, and of course why it's not for everybody. The watch it's a fashion watch by Gucci, and it combines a few things such as a dive watch and a fashion watch and the brand's sort of red and green stripe colors and an embroidery dial, which isn't something you see. This is a cool fashion watch, and that's why I like it. I like to wear this thing. It is definitely not for everyone. The first thing that I like is the fact that it takes the Gucci Dive, which is a dive watch they make. There's a very high-end version with a mechanical movement. Most of them are quartz. This is the 45 millimeter wide version. I believe there's a 41 millimeter wide version. Black, PVD code steel, rotating bezel. It's water resistant to 200 meters. It's a dive style watch. With a quartz movement. It has a Swiss Ronda movement inside. I think it's a Ronda movement, probably. Movement in there. It's not trying to be anything it isn't. I like that what they did was take just two hands, so you remove the second hand, you don't have to see it ticking or anything like that. And there's different versions of the dial. It is actually nylon embroidery. In the strap is also nylon, not NATO style. Well, it is actually NATO style, but it's not as long, which I appreciate. The bee is a motif that Gucci decided it wanted to sort of call its own recently. There's also a tiger version and a snake version. The reason I prefer the bee is it's kind of cute. It's symmetrical. The tiger is kind of cool, but it's sometimes hard to tell that it is a tiger. And the snake is not symmetrical, and it's a snake. And snake is cool for some people. For me, I prefer the bee. I like the fact that you can read the hands. And again, there aren't hour markers on the dial, but you can use the bezel markers here in order to read the time. So I've actually quite enjoyed this watch. The case is simple, but there's some interesting elements here. You can see how there's this structure of how the lugs are designed. Of course, there's the crystal here. I think it's a mineral crystal on top of the bezel, which adds an interesting look to it that you've seen in other watches. Of course, the lume here, does have a NATO style case. Or NATO style strap. There's that B again on the back, which looks kind of weird. So it's the steel back, of course. And for that, it's a dive watch with a fashion element to it. One of the things you need to notice that I think is very important to mention is no Gucci name. It's not on the dial. It's not in the crystal. It's not on the strap. You see the Gucci logo there in the crown. In fact, the only place it says Gucci, the actual name, is right here on the buckle. So let's put the watch on. I found it very comfortable. I like NATO style straps. What I don't like about most of them is that they're excessively long, and this one is just as long as it needs to be. There's no excess part that I have to tuck in there and looks all kind of ugly. This is a Gucci watch. They have one with I think it's a blue stripe. This is the green and red, and I figured, if you're gonna go Gucci watch like this, go Gucci all the way. I'm not someone that knows that much about the Gucci brand, so I can't really tell you what the significance of the green and red is. I just know that a lot of Gucci stuff has this, and so it's very recognizable as Gucci. I like that the red stripe continues from the strap onto the dial here. I've never had a dive watch that has had an embroidered dial, let alone one like this. So I just think it's cool. It is, like I said, I'm not trying to hide the fact. I don't want anyone to say this is a serious piece of horology. What have they done to the dive watch? It's not really a dive watch. It's not really trying to be a serious dive watch. It's a recognizable sports watch theme with a fashion aesthetic onto it, an interesting combination of styles and materials and concepts and things like that in a way that I just thought was cool. Would I wear it every single day all the time? No, but I really enjoy this watch a lot more than I maybe guessed I would have if you just sort of explained to me on paper. I like this watch when I saw the pictures. Wearing it, I liked it a lot. It's just fun. It's a fun, cool watch. I think that the challenge for people is going to be in the price, which is $1,350. In the scheme of Gucci priced items, that's that's pretty reasonable when that's the same price as, like a backpack or something like that. So to get a watch, it's quartz, but again, it's, it's quartz in the right way where I think they did it right. It's legible, even though it has an artistic dial. It's masculine, even though it is a fashion watch. So I think that this is well done. Maybe it was accidentally well done, but I feel that for what it is, it's a really cool watch and I enjoy it. Again, not trying to claim it's for everyone, but I certainly like this. So again, this is the Gucci Dive 45 millimeter. This is the embroidery dial with a B. Retail price is, like I said, $1,350, and you can see the full review on aBlogtoWatch. Thanks.